sheet that I posted and make sure you understand, because you guys have special movements. And we'll just hang out while we get our last couple folks while you guys look at that.
Anything special has been color coded.
One question. I saw my movements and I never go to skull. So should I be popping GSPP?
Healers don't need to do that anyway because they don't soak.
I pre-pot one just because that's a little less mark damage later that I don't have to heal myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he said GFPP.
No, GSPP. So yes, pre-pot.
Yeah, because I was like, when I was at skull, I was getting a lot of shadow damage, so that's why I was asking.
You get it from all of them. The mark damage is all shadow damage.
You can pre-pot if you want. It doesn't hurt, but you're not going to take the big hits that all the soakers will, like the Mark IV and Mark V damage.
Sounds good.
So I would not use it after the pre-pot. I would save it for your mana consumes. The highlighted stuff under your name. You see that? The red highlighted stuff? Are you looking at the spreadsheet for H Raider Steps Zerg? Okay, so go over to your name, which is column U and V, and you see those red highlighted boxes. So half the healers just go clockwise every 3 marks, right? It's easy. But 6 have something other than that to do, and that's highlighted in those boxes. Just movement, especially, yeah. You could do that, yes. Yeah.
The Mark V movement is basically based on when the boss dies, you're the center, and then for 6 you go to the next thing.
Yeah, so essentially if it dies pre-5, I move the center. If it doesn't die pre-5, stay there, keep.
Exactly right, and that goes for all 5 of you, not Quell.
Okay, so and when we get there, heal the hell out of anybody who's in center while you're there.
Yeah, like you see Prime is in the center for like 4 marks. That's just to get everybody lined up so that we have 4 healers per boss for the last 3 bosses. But while he's there, he can heal whatever healers he can reach.
Or tanks, anybody.
Well, he's not going to be able to reach tanks from the center. But, I mean, unless
well, some of the tanks are hanging in the center, and if they took damage.
There should be bandaging as well.
Yeah, if you're standing in the center, it's 1 minute cooldown, banded.
It can probably reach to the melee as they're running attacks as well.
Barris just sent a message.
Yeah, he said you'd
Say
be
it
here in
again, Mocha.
25-30 minutes.
He can probably reach a lot of the melee as they're running attacks as well, just hit them with the hot.
Oh god, they kept him even later than they said
So,
they would.
the 6 of you just post something in Friday Raid once you're good with your sheet.
So, do we just log out for the 30 minutes and come back?
No, we're going to clear trash as soon as those healers are good.
Just a quick question for DPS, and when it says like the move to the next mark, you're still taking the mark that you were currently at, right, to make sure we don't have aggro issues with the tanks.
The 50% is global.
So if you miss that particular mark, it's still going to be it won't matter.
Like, are you looking at a specific movement?
say I take my first two hits at or marks at moon. It says the move to X. I want to take that third mark at that mark 8 at moon just before I move to X. Correct?
It says move to X under Mark 3.
Mark 8. So
Mark 8. So you take 8, yes, and then you move.
The key thing is that your relief tank has come in and grabbed the boss. And then
Well,
you're
he's a DPS.
Oh, then yeah.
DPS have a lot of freedom and flexibility after Skull dies, so you really have to just make sure you don't take more than 3 and keep rotating. If you don't rotate exactly like the sheet says, that's fine, as long as you don't take more than 3 marks and you stop in the center as needed if you need to drop marks.
And you don't chain the evil chain to people.
Yeah, the moon corner chain movement. Be very, very, very careful and cautious, and the tank will position them with their back outside, and everybody else stays as far away from them. We've walked through how to do that move there. That's the scary corner.
Can you re-explain how we should move around that corner?
Let me do healers first. So if you're coming from diamond or center, when you're coming from diamond, start running in Moon's direction, but veer to the right to the platform and nip up over the platform and drop down on the pillar on the other side, on the Moon side. You'll see the other ranged and healers standing there. Make sure you're all clumped together and you're not anywhere close to the tank, and stay as far away as from the wall as you can. Reason being, the tanks are going to be moving against that far wall when they have to go to X, and we don't want to have a chain happen while they're doing that.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, healers are good. We can log in and clear trash.
Do we have enough alts outside that we can summon Varus when he gets here?
Well, there's you, me, so we just need one more.
I can run my mage over there. I just got home.
I'll take care of it. We're good.
I just noticed I was in a melee group. Pity you guys aren't going to get the trank air. Unless you all want it.
You're in the tank group so that you can drop fire resist.
Yeah, but we're doing trash first.
Papa, do you have backspace?
A little bit.
Okay.
On Hunters.
I destroyed that.
Yeah, one buff still need to go here. Hold
Any
Shadow
of the mages?
protection for the shade.
Ooh, I have bags.
Hey, Shaman, for this next stretch of stuff here, like totem management is going to be really important. Like, if we're don't let your totems be pulling shit on us. I fear this.
The first kill goes to me. Anyone care to wager?
Anyone got a little bit of bag space? I can. A couple.
When-
So I
Yep,
can grab.
what do you need?
So I can get water from mages. I just need you to hold 3 slots worth of food.
Hand those to me, Azug. My 3 of my stuff.
Okay, if Papa takes his stuff.
I'll block weather balls a little bit. So I'm more.
I'll give you the important ones for. I'll hold. I'm good to go.
Let's go.
LOS.
Sorry about that. Totally forgot to change the loop.
Hang to the right.
Pat coming, watch out.
It up.
Looks like everybody went to the other room.
It'll turn around.
Just wait it out.
Nobody get in front of the guys up front.
So.
Is it safe?
Safe. Arc's next.
Are you pulling string? Ink. Eat.
Thank you.
Hunters.
Bring him back, bring him back.
Spirit.
We pulled.
Pulled.
I think on that one we have to almost pull the X from this little post and then LOS.
Will and
Got
Hunter on the left.
Do they both come this far?
Yeah, that's shitty.
Should we run?
Have one.
Yeah, we should back it
the
up.
second group.
This is a totem
Replant.
awareness moment.
Yank your totems, shamans, as you back up. Bring them all back.
I'm gonna enjoy killing
I'm going
these
to see if I can distract this.
Stag, come back.
Sure, Bob.
Good looking out, Bob.
Ilt, just pull your trank totem one more time. Cool. Should be safe.
Fartherville.
We go up the.
I'm waiting to see the distract.
There it is.
Oh, I missed one.
It's okay. We're good.
One of the Guardians is still moving towards us.
Okay. Now's a good time to pull. They went back.
So they turn around at the circle.
They're coming again.
Yeah, I'll try to distract him again.
Well, back to spots and eat. Okay, we're good. Thanks, Bob.
Well, Nurgle too.
Did they stop or did you stop them?
I stopped them.
Danger.
Yeah, we're good.
Watch your distance.
Should we log out and wait for Varus?
Yeah, we'll do a quick healer practice. DPS can log out.
Pre-pot.
I can only take one crits.
Good call on the pre-pot. Now's perfect time to pre-pot a shadow now.
Okay, all tanks open trade with Zuglife for 25 stam food and 10 stam food. If you do not have either, open trade with me. I have a ton of it with us.
Just 25.
Trying to break it down a little bit, but that ain't.
Yeah, that's way too many.
Yeah, just giving everybody 5. But if you need more as the night goes on, bring it.
If you are DPS and you don't have buffs, please stay in so I can use you.
So if you're wondering why it's plus 10 stam and not the plus 12, the plus 10 stam fish food is
Which you want, Amora?
easier to.
Both? One? Stack some of both? Here. That one first for serious pulls, and take open trade again. Take this for all others. Oh, no more. Hang on. Bill, take that for now.
Maddox, I'm forming a group out front, so when Barris logs in, we can summon him.
I'm ready, my man.
Still a couple of scraps on those guys.
Okay, go to corners if you have a symbol, please. Up here, Bush.
More. Well, I'll give you. I have more stam food for you. More.
More 2 should be at Moon. And Bubag at Skull. Oh, Stream, can you come over here?
Is
You
Skull?
guys need to, double check. I think Nigel, double check where you're supposed to be. Oh, you're in the right spot.
Okay, and we got Kusamita, Ambu, and Quell at Skull, right?
I see.
Kusamita up here, where the healers go. Yes, good. And Maddox, you know what to do. Okay. Red Hoof, Disdained, and Papa, can you stand somewhere out of the way?
Yeah, one bigger.
Okay, let's do Mark 1. Okay, Mark 2. And Zug, are you done? Where are you?
Oh, I was logged out, but I'm going over it as you say it. Okay. You want me in there to run around?
That's fine. Mark 3. Nigel, are you good?
Yeah, sorry, I was. Yeah, I was being stupid. I don't know what I'm doing.
Who just logged out? One person at Skull just logged out. Oh, Zug is the 5th. Okay. We're okay. Mark 4. Mark 5. Mark 6. Mark 7. Kusamita should be at X. There you go. Mark 8. Mark 9. Mark 10. $11. 12. 13. Good. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 'Boo's at Moon for 23, right? And 24. Okay, that was really close to perfect. I'm very encouraged by that.
25, what do we do?
You just repeat. You're just going clockwise every 3 marks. After Mark 9, everybody's doing the same thing. They're going clockwise every 3 marks.
When it gets down to 2, though, everyone is like they just have to go in the middle at one point, don't they? Otherwise, they'll get stacks too quickly.
Yes, they go between the 2 symbols and then go to the middle for 3 marks.
One thing that is worth noting is it's not a repeat to the top of the spreadsheet, row 5, for example. It's a continuation of the movement that you've been doing between the 3 marks that are still up. Because, for example, anyone that started at X is of course dead. So it'll be a movement from that point in rotation, in the same rotation that you've been doing. So if you've been going X to diamond to moon to X to diamond to moon, then you're going to continue doing that until one of them dies. And then once one of them is dead, then it will be, for example, X to diamond to middle, X to diamond to middle. So you keep that rotation of 3 spots throughout.
And DPS, when you're transitioning between marks, if you're like, hey, I'm a little low on HP, just hang out in the middle, bandage, and then go to the next mode.
Can we do one practice, Vil, where you just call out one of the random ones to die? Between X, Moon, and Diamond. And then when that four horseman dies, then we adjust accordingly. And
Let's go to your Mark 24 spots. Okay, now let's say that X dust. Okay, just hold still, please. Let's say that X dies, and now we're on Mark 25. Where do you go?
$25. Sorry, my bad. I stay here for 3.
Oh, I made a mistake too. I have one more.
At that point, you can just go get your next marks, right?
It depends where you are. So Kusamita did Diamond and Moon for 3 marks, so she goes to the center next because she still needs to let Diamond marks drop. Does that make sense?
The one that's so you're basically make it easier if you're on X and X is gonna die, or whichever one of yours is dead, then that's replaced by center. Is the best way to say it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it depends when they die and what your next step is. If your next step was to go to Diamond, then you do that.
What I'm saying is whatever one does die, if that's your mark and it's dead, then you replace that with center. So
That's
still
not
follow your
actually
direction.
true. You keep going clockwise. If the X dies first, then what you said is true. We replace X with center, so you go from Moon to center to Diamond to Moon to center to Diamond. But say Diamond died before X, so then you'd be going from Moon to X to center, Moon to X to center.
Yeah, it's what Papa said. It's whatever dies is replaced by center.
Because if you don't and you skip back to the other first,
Right.
you won't let your stacks drop. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, you have to have been gone for 2 sets of marks before you come back to anything. So if we only have 2 bosses up, you have to rotate into center before you go back to the first set of marks you had.
And if you're not sure, just look at your debuffs. If you have Diamond marks, don't run into Diamond. Go to the center.
Yeah, at that point, they're just like DPS. They just add center into the rotation. So, like we'll go to X, and then we'll go to Diamond, but then we have to go to center because we have marks in both.
It's true for melee, but that's not true for ranged. Ranged are going to all 3 just like healers until there's 2 dead.
And
So
then there's just like melee.
should be no ranged in the center until we're down to 2 mobs. Unless you can't DPS Moon safely because of the range of your spells. That's the only exception.
So we are currently in position 25. Where would you go if you were in 26? Move to 26 now.
Hey, Mike, can you hold on a second?
Mm-hmm.
You just start at the beginning, right?
No, you wouldn't. That's why I wanted to
It's a
play
lot
around
harder
with
to see
this.
here when you can't see your stacks, right? So you have to
Okay, it's different
imagine
for
how many
different
stacks
people.
you would have at this point.
Yeah, I think you guys will figure it out once you can look at your debuffs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If and when we get down to where there's just one boss, then you have to hang out in the center for 2 rounds and back on the boss for 1. Just watch your
let's just-
debuffs.
Sarah is here.
Make yourself get more than 3 of any one kind of debuff, and you're Gucci.
Just remember the tanks are in mitigation gear again. This is not a DPS race. So when the tank first taunts and we're constantly, as marks, we're doing the global of losing aggro, we have more chance of wiping from pulling aggro than we do from just doing the dance. So
I'm glad you brought
everybody
that up.
has to watch their aggro, have to watch aggro.
Because that was equally as problematic for us as the healing stuff was the aggro. And I'm not sure if everyone actually understands the mechanics of the fight as to why that is, as to how the fact that every mark, the threat gets diminished that the tanks have put up, right?
Correct.
Everybody gets diminished by 50%.
Yeah,
So we
see a
go
wild
balls
bear.
out on Skull, but then after that, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Watch your aggro.
Like I know
Watch
it's from a
your
DPS
debuffs,
perspective,
keep moving.
sometimes the first couple times we pulled this, I was thinking, well, fuck, we just spent a minute and a half on Skull. They gotta have aggro on, fill in the blank other mark, and they don't. The reality is they don't. You have to watch your threat on every single mob throughout this entire fight.
You can log in and summon Barris, please, to the spot.
Barris is here.
I
Oh,
mean, us. A couple things for tanks. Remember to keep your shield on. This is especially for, it's basically for all tanks except Papa. So keep your shields on. Spam shield block. If you get a crit or a crush and you're not tanking Mograine, it's your fault. If you get into trouble in terms of a taunt resist, that's when you look at your cooldowns. So your greater shadow protection is one option. Your last stand, most of you don't have last stand, but if you have last stand, use that. Shield wall works, all that stuff. If you're going to take like a Mark 5 or a Mark 6, that's when you want to look at your cooldowns. Remember to pop your trinkets before you taunt. You'll have time to do it each time.
We got Shadow and Zug offline.
Make sure you've got rent speed boots on.
I don't know if you saw it, but you can also use your AoE taunt too, if that can help.
You can, but you can't leave. The other person can't leave because it doesn't give you the threat of the other person. So
Neither
the boss,
is Mocking Blow.
the boss will chase the previous tank if you don't use your actual taunt. So all it does is give the previous tank a break in terms of taking lots of damage. It doesn't do a transition of aggro.
Does my growl work that way? I don't think it does.
Growl is just
Growl
like
does.
taunt.
Yeah.
I just been growling. I don't really know what it does.
Now, if you are a tank and you die, call out which symbol, and then if someone is available from the front tanks to relieve you, they will. So basically, if I have just relieved Lintok and Lintok runs back to the center, Lintok is first up if a back tank dies. Does that make sense? So whoever the most recent person to get back to the center is in the front is the first person for relief in the back if someone dies. Because you've got 9 marks where you're not doing anything except standing there. Yeah, mark damage is not resistible. We don't need shadow protection. Use your shadow pots, use your fire pots.
Is the Void Zones resistible?
That I'm not sure about, but it's like 5,000 or 6,000, so I wouldn't risk it.
It's avoidable.
Nailed it.
It's avoidable.
Let's hug the left.
Barris, open trade with me. I got food for you.
Sorry, I just got off work and my brain's short circuiting.
Yeah, here. So major food for serious pulls and little food for other.
Cage, you're starting on X, right?
Yes, sir.
Just try to keep comms clear for tanks and healers to do their thing. If you die as a DPS, I'm sorry, but I don't need to know.
I got one thing. I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be on X at first, so I can really. Should I be starting at Skull and then running to X to drop my totems, or what? Or should I switch with somebody else?
Nigel.
I'm dropping. Thag is the X tank, correct?
To start.
So I'm dropping it initially, Nigel. That's why they've got me in the group with him.
No, I have 3 rogues and a warrior in my group that are going to be on X, or that are on Skull. So should
Yeah.
I be dropping my totems then running over to X?
Good. As long as you're really careful not to drop them during the pull and ass pull from totem droppage. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's probably better be safe, right? Just don't
Yeah,
don't
just
risk
be
it.
safe, man. Just be safe.
Please be safe.
Not the end of the world.
That goes for everybody. Just if there's any doubt whatsoever, just choose the safe option.
Locks, the debuffs were perfect last night. Just repeat that. Kashila?
By the way, Nigel, you look very, very cute right there next to me.
Okay,
Thank you.
straight. Boss.
Here we go.
I'm gonna enjoy killing these slack-jawed daffodils.
Mark 1 and 5. Mark 1.
Cooldowns.
2 and 5. Mark 2. Three and 5.
Rogues go.
3. Four and 5. 4.
You can save pots if you want.
You good, Lintuck?
I think so.
You
It's on it 3 times.
Okay, got it.
Varus is down.
Varus down on Moon.
Thag, you're on that.
I'm just getting off X.
Make sure it doesn't change.
Max range on Moon. Everybody max range on Moon.
Let's go for priest mode. Fade priest mode.
Faded. Someone pick it up.
Max range on Moon.
Tag, you
Max
got
range
it.
on Moon.
On you. Go back, Papa.
I'm not supposed to leave the villain.
I'm available for backward. I need to go.
Let's
try.
I'm back.
How did we get our first death?
So Barris was at roughly 25-30% health when I got there after running from Skull to Moon. And he had an incoming quick heal because as soon as I got there, I noticed his health was low. But the flash shield didn't make it to him in time. So I think whoever was on Moon for the first 3 marks, can we just throw up some hots? I don't know what class they are, but hots or shield or make sure he's 100% health, just to mitigate enough to buy time to get
When
to.
did you arrive at Mark
When did I? Around Mark 4. It takes the full 3 to 4 transition to get there.
Maybe start
What
a
does he
little
swap?
sooner.
Because
Yeah, I can
Priest
split
mode
off a
and
little
drum
earlier.
roll would have been there. Priest mode's there at 3.
No, Prisma would have just left, so Kusamito was arriving.
Yep.
And drum roll was there on
Yes.
4. He's from 2 to 4.
There's no harm in me leaving a little bit earlier, so I can just do that this time.
And that Morgan, he
question?
hits hard. Like, I was hitting him with Flash Shield nonstop, and Lintox's health was barely moving up or down. So you guys gotta really catch either a shield or a quick heal.
Yeah, we've
just a
added
nasty
one
trade-off.
healer to it, but yeah, Moon just seems to be challenging.
That does seem to be our weak point right now, isn't it?
Pre-pot while you're running back.
Yeah, that's why we just added another healer. But yeah, if you run over there sooner, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'll take off a little quicker.
Yeah.
Just use, Nature Swiftness and whatever other cooldowns you have, because you just gotta keep them up for 5 marks, and then you get tons of help because we'll have 4 healers at each spot after that.
Could we kill Moon first instead?
No, we gotta
There's
kill
no way.
Skull first.
Moon's
We
gonna die
can't-
last.
We can't change the order, so that's just not an option. Are all other tanks also using greater stone shield potions by chance?
They should not be using Stone Shield because they need to save their cooldowns for GSPP.
Okay.
Like if you get a taunt resist and you got to end up taking 6,000 damage or something, you're going to want that potion.
Yeah, go ahead, Kusumito. What's up?
I'm thinking I'm starting at. I'm not thinking. It's like over it from Skull to where the diamond is, right? So I feel like when you say Mark 1, like where exactly am I going? Am I going to the top left or am I staying at Skull?
That's right. You're going to Diamond, which is the top left, as soon as Mark 1 goes out, yes. And then you're staying there for 3 marks and then moving to Moon.
There's a little period of time before the first mark comes out, so you'll be healing on Skull for a little bit, and then when they say, that Mark 1 is coming, you should start getting ready to run.
I got a question. So most of the time when we've talked about Skull, we've talked about it at least dying on Mark 5. I think because of world buffs, we were able to get him down on Mark 4 that time. So do we immediately start going to Moon after Skull is down, even if it's before Mark 5, or do we wait till Mark 5?
You can go immediately.
Okay.
Anymore.
Now,
When
we're
the-
probably not going to kill it that fast this time, so you're probably going to need shadow pots after Mark 4, so just be ready for that.
Also, when the skull is dead, you still will get marks if you hang out too close to where he's dead. So it's even more reason to get out of there because you still get marks even when they're dead.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah, because if you go running, say, to Moon or whatever, and hang out there until you're supposed to move to the next one, you'll end up with extra marks if you go there early.
I have if we are at kind of a stopping point on the healing conversation, I have a comment for DPS.
Sure.
So we did some theory crafting in the Rogue channel, and so in regards to the shield wall on the skull, shield wall goes up at 50%. It lasts 20 seconds, and it has a 30-second cooldown. So in that 30-second window, we have to get him below 20%. And we determined that blowing DPS cooldowns right at 50% and burning them into the shield wall is not the most efficient way to do it. So in the conversation we had, rogues have cooldowns that last 15 seconds. Adrenaline Rush, Blade Flurry lasts 15 seconds. And we determined the best way to use our cooldowns is to use them 15 seconds after Shield Wall is cast, which means we'll blow 5 seconds of our cooldowns into the Shield Wall and then 10 seconds of our cooldowns into unmitigated damage. And that results in a larger amount of overall, like, raw damage to the boss. So if you have damage cooldowns, whether it's a trinket to pop or an actual ability, take whatever duration it lasts. If it's 20 seconds, pop it 10 seconds into Shield Wall. If it's 30 seconds, pop it at Shield Wall. But if it's 15 seconds, pop it 10 seconds into Shield Wall. That way you get the most damage available, but you use the whole duration during the 30 seconds that we need to get it below 20%.
Hence the Rogue's Go call.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
So Stag, if you can keep calling 50% like you have been, that's super helpful because that's my cue for the timer, and I'll call for rogues or other classes with 15 seconds. Just listen for my call and go then.
Can Group 4 get Mark of the Wild, please?
First Diamond Tank is who?
Red Hook?
Realistically, to stand, you can probably pop 20-second calls with the rogues when I call it, and you should be good then for maximum damage output.
Hey, Priest Mode.
Yep.
I think this is a spot where you might be in the best position to help bridge the gap on that really pivotal moon transition. You're at moon at Mark 3, and then you move to X on Mark 4. Varys moves to moon on Mark 3, so he's like on his way over to you and he'll probably get there around Mark 4 right as you're leaving. So it makes sense that you definitely don't stay there and heal him. But as you head out, target Barris as he's coming in, throw a renew on him, throw a shield on him, and take off. Don't cast a heal, but get those two out before you take off. He should be in range of you, and that should buy more than enough time for me to get there and for us to have a safe transition.
Sounds good.
Cool.
I just got pulled.
Really?
I was right against the wall. I don't know what happened.
I just drank my mage blood.
I think so. Save those.
Nope, I'm hoping. Bye.
I mean, you have no world boss to save, so what's the point?
I'm hearting because I just took a bunch of consumables.
Exactly.
And that'll save me about 20 gold. That's why I'm hearting.
I think we should
I don't
not consume until we're running up, probably.
Well, we were running up.
We were. No, I mean like pull timer, probably.
We can't do that because we have to have 2 minutes between our absorbs.
Yeah, I got a fuckload of consumes I take. I gotta space that shit out.
Plus, it's my last.
We're recovering.
I bet I make it back faster than the ones that didn't heart though, because I'm on a mount right now where you guys are corpse running.
The first kill goes to me.
We're close to
Anyone
both.
that's by the door, we can
Where's
recover.
my damn cocaine when I need it?
I have doubts because we start way closer than you do.
Don't onk yet.
Don't we have recovered.
It killed me in a void zone. Onking would have been a very bad idea. Anyway.
That'll be the last time I can hard though for an hour.
Okay, so you do not want us to run in if we're in res
I'm
range?
resing you, Vil.
Yeah, you're fine if you're at the door.
I'm glad you were running in front of me, clearing out the courier.
There's still a void zone up, so be careful.
If you have not received a res yet, then you will not receive one. That's all we can get.
Is around.
I ran in because Maddox said I wasn't going to get a res, so I'm already inside.
Thanks, buddy.
I also died in a void zone. I don't know if that's even relevant because you guys would have pulled me to you, so who cares?
Yeah, Runny, once the mages once Locke gets over here, I imagine one of them can summon you just for safety. Thank you, Dust.
Yeah, I could probably run when you guys run, but I just not want to risk it.
Better safe than sorry. Good call.
Thank you.
I have faith in you. I've just pre-potted.
Barris, you're starting in the center, right?
I am starting DPSing Skull. And then at Mark II, I'm leaving and going to the center.
Okay, that makes sense.
Helping
So
you guys
you
push Thane a little further.
but you bail early on Skull, don't you? Just to make sure you
Yeah,
get
I
over to
bail on
Moon in
Mark
time.
II.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so priest mode, he'll be out of line of sight or out of range for marks 1 and 2, and he'll show up around mark 3-ish, 3.5. So you'll be getting ready to leave, but there should be a moment in time there where he's coming from Skull diagonally through the middle, so he'll kind of be behind you.
He has all of Mark II to get through the center. I would say Barrett's shoot to arrive at Moon on Mark III.
On 3? All right.
Yeah, that's what it says right there, move to Moon. But since you're in the center already, you don't have to waste the run time. You only stay 3, 4, and 5, and then you leave anyway. And you go back to the center, so.
Let's get some buffs out. And then the final comment, I know we're like super over theory crafting this, but it's a pivotal transition, so I think this is a good use of time. The final comment I'll make, priest mode, you're spot on with the jump shield because he'll be higher than you, good idea. Pre-shield first for sure, and then wait until the last second, like as you're taking off to renew. That way you don't accidentally pull renew aggro, and then as we talked about, hand on the fade button, and you should be good to go.
Let's try to rebuff efficiently. I see 6 priests with full mana and no fort.
We're waiting for Disdain to be enraged, and that's the only group without fort.
Buffed. I didn't know.
All right.
Slow and steady, boys.
Going in, guys.
And try straight line boss.
Mark 1 soon. Mark 1. Mark 2 soon.
Cooldowns.
Mark 2. Three soon. Three.
Yep.
4 soon.
I'm down early.
Shadow pods.
Mark 5 soon.
Good trade-off.
5. Mark 6 soon.
Roll again.
Mark 6.
Sweat.
7 soon.
Go back to the door, guys, so it's easier to res. As I die, not close to the door.
And there's a bunch of us out the room.
Oh no.
I almost made it to the door.
Yeah, I was trying to heal you too.
So my death is easily explainable. I'm not sure what the what happened with the other DPS that died, but the transition for me, I learned a lesson there. I have to leave, although I'm leaving prematurely from Skull. I have to leave right after a meteor drops because there's not enough time unless I leave the moment after one drops to get out before the next.
One thing I noticed is on that range file that died, is we were getting marks from Skull and Diamond at the same time.
Yeah, Diamond was too close to Skull.
Are we doing any recovery or just running? I'm sorry if I missed it.
I can onk if needed.
So, was there different positioning on Diamond? Something we need to adjust, or what's the deal on it?
When I showed up, at least where Amaro is standing and where the bubbles on the ground where they all seem like how they normally are.
See, so Red Hoof starts on Diamond. So, Red, was there any issues on the tanking spot, or what was that?
Part of the reason we were getting 2 marks, well, it depends on who we're getting the marks, because the Skull was pretty slow to get to its spot. Like, it took almost twice the amount of time as it usually gets to get to its spot. So they could have gotten multiple marks, not necessarily because of Diamond, but maybe because Skull, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it could have been Skull not getting quickly enough to the corner as to why they were getting multiple marks.
Yeah, Dagger was pulled on the way back, so
I'm not sure if we're necessarily going in the correct direction.
I took one when I went in on my 3 when I moved into Skull. I had taken 1 mark already from Diamond standing in the middle, and then I took a second one when I got to the stack at Skull. So it was even hit in the middle when I got tagged.
Yeah, if you took one in the middle, then
Can I ask a question? Is there a reason why the melee doesn't wait in a corner for Papa to pull Skull towards him?
The reason is lost DPS time.
Yeah, but now people are pulling off the tank and it's costing us DPS time.
I think if we just went very light DPS on the way there, would change it dramatically.
It's hard for me to understand that because I just spam Sunders while following Papa. I stick on his butt, and if I do happen to get aggro, I'm still moving to the right spot. And if I take a hit, okay, Papa will taunt off me. What causes problems is when people get scared and stop, or worst case, run the other way, which we've had last week. I don't know if that happened this time because I was doing something else.
Well, they're trying to attack behind the boss, like the rogues are always going to attack behind the boss. So
it doesn't matter if you're behind till we get to the corner. Just be where Papa is, and then you're in the right spot.
Yeah, if they'll run with me and not worry about the backstabs, that way if you pull aggro, because what happens is the boss turns around to face the rogue, and then I'm still running, so I'm further. Now my taunt's even out of range.
Because I know I was just auto attacking. I don't even backstab until we get settled into the corner.
Yeah.
So I know.
Yeah, there's some RNG to it, but it's not your fault if you get it. We should be DPSing hard. Every second counts, but you got to be running with Papa. And if you don't have run speed, that'll help a lot as well.
All right, so let's make that adjustment. Just all DPS, just try to stand on me instead of worrying about being behind the boss.
Now, for the diamond tank, if you do have to drop pools, there's some RNG there about, just like how you're able to stack them. But it's better to move a little bit towards Moon rather than moving towards Skull, because there's a slightly longer distance from Diamond to Moon. So if you have to inch out of that corner a little bit, go to the right. Don't go back towards Skull. And that should hopefully help with our issue of overlapping marks. The healing looked much better to me on Diamond and Moon that time. It looked like healers were in the right spot. It looked like they were moving at the right times. So we just got to clean up Skull.
Well, and we got to make sure. I don't know if anyone there was ever I could have missed it, so that's entirely possible too. But the whole people getting marked from Diamond while in the safe spot. Are we sure that was that ever Is there anything we can do to see if that can be fixable?
That's what I was just talking about.
Oh.
If the diamond tank moves towards Skull at all, then there's a chance the safe spot can be compromised.
Well, that would suck to be that tank trying to move out of void zones.
It's just it's a tough job for sure. It's
Glad I don't have that job.
All four of them have that job at some point.
Is it something that the ranged and healers can do to prevent that from happening, to like kind of rotate counterclockwise relative to where the skull is being tanked, to give a little more space for diamond while they're paying attention to skull?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I just mean if healers and ranged are too close to diamond and they're taking diamond marks while we're engaging skull, if they move closer to the door, they can still outrange the meteor and be farther from diamond and not be too close to X to take those marks, right?
If they get towards door, they're going to start getting X marks.
There is a balance to strike there, Danger, but the problem is we were having diamond marks in the safe spot in the center, which should never happen. Make sure you're using your protection consumes. You don't do any good to us if you're dead. Save your second one for Mark IV after Mark IV, not before Mark IV. Hug the wall. Again, the order we're doing is hug the wall boss, ready check, straight line boss, pull timer. Straight line boss. Papa's got a big fat square on him. Hug his butt. Don't stop. I see you guys stopping. Just run.
Marking 5.
Sorry, I was behind the boss.
Don't do that.
Mark 1. Mark 2 and 5.
Cooldowns.
Mark 2. Three and 5.
Okay.
Mark 3. Four and 5.
Shadow.
Mark 5 and 5. Mark 6 and 5. Mark 6. That was Mark 8.
Running Feign Death, please.
Mark 9 and 5.
Watch aggro deeps.
Mark and 5. Mark. Mark and 5. Mark and 5. Mark.
Doing well. Keep it up. Just watch aggro.
That was a challenge, wasn't it?
Mark and 5.
Wait, running. She's running.
You need relief bear.
I'm probably going to die.
I'm trying to tug it off you.
Mark and 5. Mark.
Who are you supposed to relieve bear? So I got a couple seconds where I can tank a little bit.
Mark and 5. Mark.
I need
Mark
some
and
moon.
5. Mark. Mark and 5. Mark. Mark and 5.
Remember, stay max range from moving.
Mark. More down.
More down. We need a pickup.
Mocha's on
Mark
it.
and
Will's on
5.
it.
Will's got it. Mark.
Feign running.
Got resisted loss.
Coming to relieve you, Phil.
Mark and 5. Mark. Mark
My
and 5.
stack's reset for X. I mean, yeah, I'm back at 2
Mark.
minutes.
Red hoof down.
Mark and 5.
No choice but to obey.
Oh god.
That's a wipe. Mark.
All three of them are below 50%.
Cell X at 63.
I've been called the ranged.
Mograin's 35%,
I
34.
think we got a chain in there somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I got hit
From
for 16k
How-
at some point.
How are we still getting chains?
It was
Who
the
can explain
36-yard rule on Moon, from what I understand. So just as a reminder, I don't think we've said it since last week, but the big important mechanic on Moon is that everyone has to be outside of 36 yards from the boss, not from the tank, but from the boss.
And the ranged, both range and healers have to pay attention there. I think what happened, maybe there was a bit of trouble in the handoff, and I think the tank and the boss switched position. So all of a sudden, that boss was a tiny bit closer than before. So you gotta readjust. If you see that happen, make sure to readjust.
when it ran up on you, was that an aggro pull?
No, it didn't run up on me. It ran up
On
towards the group.
The group. Was it a tank switch or an aggro pull from one of the ranged?
I honestly don't know.
Is that when I was there, Ilt? I think that's what happened. It seemed like an aggro pull. Like I was only half listening up until now.
Yeah, I don't know why it came at us, but it came at us.
We may have to also be careful as tanks. When the other tank comes to taunt, you might want to stop auto attack in case you have an auto attack crit and you're already in the close threshold.
I think it's best if you don't have a 41-yard spell that you don't DPS moon. We just can't risk it. It's too.
I was
too
just
little
going to
leeway.
suggest the same too. And honestly, I don't know that it will change the fight duration much at all, because it's pretty much a certainty that Moon isn't going to be the second horseman to die, right? It's either going to be X or Diamond. And if we can get to that point where we only have 2 of them up, like we had talked about before, the fight gets infinitely easier. So if we know that Moon isn't going to be the second one to die, then I think we can safely say, as Phil mentioned, if you don't have a 41-yard spell, better safe than sorry. Don't try and ride that line between 35 and 36 yards. Not worth the risk, and sit that one out. And especially from a caster's perspective, that just means you have more mana to unload on X and Diamond anyway.
Now, the second thing we need to fix, we are still having aggro pulls. We had one on X, we had one on Moon. I don't know about Diamond, but we just can't have that. Just got to stare at the threat meter. If you stand there doing nothing and need to go clear stacks, that's totally fine. The healers can keep us up all day long. But if you cause the boss to move, especially Moon, it's pretty much a wipe.
Yeah, I just wanted to back that up. It's just I think at this point, that is our major problem, is aggro pulls. I really do. Like, yeah, it's easy to look at the heals and stuff like that, but I think it's aggro pulls. I think that's why we're not getting further in the fight.
It's good though if we're down to that.
And Barris, were you the first to die of the tanks?
I think Red Hoof just had her taunt resist twice on Diamond,
Okay.
and I just kind of had to stay there until I died.
Gotcha.
There was
Now-
a moment I had it, but it went back to Barris, and
So
Yeah, and I figured it's better that I die and keep the fight more stable.
That's something else with the threat, is when you see your relief come in, the best thing to do is stop attacking and just stand there, because even if their taunt succeeds, they have to keep above you by a certain threshold. So
If you watch
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were done.
I had one more thing. What was it? Oh, Barris, if your relief gets 2 taunt resists, that's when you pop your GSPP, because you're pretty likely to get a Mark 6 at that point.
Yeah.
Now, to point out what happened with me and Thag, so this is happening to others, whether you realize it or not, but Thag came in to relieve me. Taunt resisted. I saw it resisted, and then he challenged. But I started to leave, but then I saw it was a challenge that grabbed it, so then I stayed. Then the next taunt worked, and then I left. So you have to really watch the boss debuffs as tanks to make sure that you're seeing when the other tank comes, is the taunt landing or is it not? It's a pretty big deal. And then also sometimes you do have to stop auto attacks, because like I said, if you're already close with that taunt and you're hitting, but the new tank's taunt is not hitting, you could snap the aggro back.
That was really solid overall, though. I mean, we had a couple early deaths, but for the most part, it was stable for quite a while.
I'm gonna say my lightning bolt's only 36 yards, and I'm not gonna DPS Moon anymore. I don't know if Warlocks. I don't know if you guys want to. I mean, I'm just gonna sit it out. I'll toss some heals on that tank, and I'm just gonna DPS X and Diamond until one of them's dead, and then I'm forced to DPS. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't seem to hit Moon.
Whoops! Didn't mean for that to be a raid warning.
Inch up. inch up, can't cast, can't inch up, oh, I can cast, oh, she just chained everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good idea, for sure.
And if there's any even minor movement, the boss comes towards us at all, and then Murphy's Law, oh, that's when he chains.
Now it's going to kill the DPS, and then you can't kill the other bosses, and then it's white. It's a slow death.
Yeah, and even on the other bosses, like for X, when Phil lost it, it moved towards the safe spot. My stacks were like, I want to say about 5 seconds from dropping, and they all refreshed.
Yeah, and that reminds me with hunters. If you pull aggro and then FD, it's already too late. You need to FD before you pull aggro, and if you resist, then you stop until you're safe again. That's what you have to do.
But yeah, what Bear said, the 7% will help you hold aggro red, but it has nothing to do with the taunt. That's, of course, the fishing reel helps, but it's not guaranteed.
But it drops the resist chance by a lot.
Right. It should happen very seldom.
Definitely be spamming that reel when you're relieving someone. It helps.
Yeah.
That attempt looked really good, though. That was definitely our best one so far.
And Moon will die last no matter what. I mean, no matter what the strategy is, I've never seen one where Moon doesn't die last.
I can't hit it, so.
I mean, some like really aggressive groups will send in like 1 or 2 melee, but it's super risky, and I don't want to even go there. That's like a very advanced modification.
I have a really dumb question. If the thought is to try to get 2 down, why wouldn't we put the ranged on the X after we kill Skull and then bounce between Diamond and X?
They can go to X first. That's fine.
Oh, then that, honestly, I think that could be the deal changer. Because if all the Warlocks, me and Cash go to X, I mean, we waste so much time trying to get in the right range. It's ridiculous going to.
You guys can just do, the range that are short range. Just follow the melee. Go to X first, and then Diamond, and then middle.
And so long range mages will still go to Moon first?
You can go to X first as well.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just watch threat. Watch threat.
Yeah.
If you get even within 20% of a fucking tank, you should chill, right? Especially if you're a mage.
Yeah, the front tanks, the fire tanks, we're going to have even less threat than the back tanks because we're in fire resist gear. We're not even hit capped potentially.
It might be good to have the mages still go to the Moon because they can get 41-yard range or whatever the fuck it is, and that gives.
I do think we should all go to X first, just because once X is dead, we've only got 2 left, and it's. I mean, they should still go to Moon, but on their 3rd target, not their 1st target.
Hey, do we have 3 summoner that is just chilling at their computer during break? That's outside Naxx.
Shouldn't realize we were on break.
Good thing most of my consumers are hour-long consumes, so it's not wasting any. I don't have to log out.
So we're looking at the DPS. Like, if we can get that additional DPS from Moon to X would be pretty close to how far we've gotten in the fight to Dian, and then we have more options for relief tanks if shit goes haywire.
Yeah.
So we're basically swapping then Moon and X for DPS. Instead of going to Moon on Mark 5, we're going to X, and then instead of going to X on Mark 8, we'll go to Moon?
Well, I would go X Diamond Moon.
X Diamond Moon. Okay, got it.
What if you're a hunter?
Same thing. If you're a long range caster or hunter, X Diamond Moon is good. If you're a melee, X Diamond Center.
But yeah, we still got to watch threat.
Yeah, Dust. If you're cool with that, can you just hearth to LHC, please?
Would it make sense for Ilt to follow that? Same thing with the hunters, just X Diamond Center, since
The hunters are not doing stopping in the center because they have long range. So Ilt is following the melee. Ilt, Cash, whoever else has short range.
Can a mage that's in Naxx and not chilling for break, can you put up a port in the back to org for me, please?
Yeah, logging back in.
Healing on I'm only seeing the front, but healing on the front looked really solid on X to me.
You're good, crits. Need it, it's got me, thank you.
Yeah, healing looked fine on X.
Yeah, like I was watching Lintox's health and it seemed good.
I did think I burned Life Giving Gem there at some point, but it wasn't terrible.
Phil, what happened to Red Hoof there? She literally went from full to dead. Did she get hit multiple times, or did she take a crushing blow?
I'm not sure if we have a live log.
Was that on Diamond or Moon?
We do.
It was on the back right corner. I came running in, I got one heal on her, she got topped off, and then she went face. So she
Ouch.
had a big stack.
She took a fifth, yeah.
5.3K.
That shouldn't have killed her.
That would have been Mark 6. So that's the time when she should use GSPP. This is what I was talking about with Barris just now. Like a tank can maybe survive Mark 5, but Mark 6 probably not, especially with the gear we're wearing. So if you are going to take a Mark 6, you should always GSPP. That's why you're saving the potion cooldown and not using it for armor.
And if you can't use the potion, that's when you pop a life-giving gem or something.
Yep, life-giving gem, whatever other cooldowns you have.
Yeah, Bill, that's what I need clarified. Do you want all the ranged, even the ones that can comfortably shoot at Moon without chaining, to not go to Moon second anymore?
It doesn't matter so much whether you go to Moon or Diamond second, as long as you go to X first.
Can you just make an executive decision of where you want us to go?
Follow the sheet.
Well, we're not using the sheet.
Well, the
anymore
sheet's different.
because We've changed the strategy. So Moon second is slightly better because we will have to wait less for you guys to whittle Moon down.
Okay, I'm just going to go to Moon.
As long as you have a 40-yard range.
We'll cover this again after break when everybody's back.
Cool. I do have one more question for you, Bill, though. And this, if it only helps me, then don't even worry about it. I'll just figure it out. But especially for, I guess, higher threat generating bursty classes like hunters and fire mages, etc. It would be nice if it doesn't fuck with comms too much to do a quick shout out like swapping Diamond, swapping Moon when there's a tank swap about to happen, because I'm not really focused on like, you know, your rotations so much as mine. So we can like maybe cool it off for a second when you're taunting off.
It's not really.
There's 4 tank switching. It's going to be too much comms jammed up.
It's not really. It's not really a time to slow down, unless there's a miss, which we generally call out.
Okay.
Because the next tank will just get the threat that the previous one had.
Oh,
so
they don't need to build up.
It's basically dangerous all the time, but it's not more dangerous when there's a swap unless there's a miss.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the issue with threat, though, is that every mark, everyone's threat goes down. So if the whole fight is garbage.
Yeah. If you're
sums it up.
I know
if you
I'm
had a 50% threat, now you have maybe a 25% threat lead, so you could catch them a whole lot quicker.
I'm a little bit late on break, but I need to grab a drink real quick, so you guys get an extra minute.
But yeah, if you
All
see
right,
it,
Dust, I'm ready for you.
if you see the tank that's being targeted have 3 stacks, expect a swap imminent. If you have target of target.
Everyone should be running target of target at all times.
You need to run target of target of target.
Nah, that's totally.
The problem is you put too many of those up, and you're just targeting Kevin Bacon all the time.
Point. Good.
I like bacon.
Well, Bacon is not here right.
We're missing 2 people.
Yes.
Switch and Matt their way. They just had to summon. They're running from Lights Hope.
You ready for
We're on our way
invites?
back now.
Yes, they're ready.
Yep.
I'm here. I'm here. I just got here.
So, Red, if you have a taunt resist situation where it means you're going to take a 6th mark, then you want to use your GSPP, Greater Shadow Protection Potion. Or if it's down, use another cooldown like Last Stand, Shield Wall, Life Giving Gem. But if your relief taunts and it succeeds, and same thing for you, you don't need to use cooldowns. Yeah, that's cool. It's just protection. So don't use, I mean, you can pre-pot, but don't use any other potions. Save your GSPP for the oh shit. Let's see. So DPS, just a reminder, we changed the order slightly for you guys. So after Skull, everybody goes to X. And then long range goes to Moon and then Diamond. Whereas melee goes X, Diamond, Center. So nothing changes for melee. All range are going to X right after Skull dies.
I think all Warlocks and me and Cash are going to go X Diamond Center too, right?
Yeah, we are.
I'll probably go kind of close to Moon a little bit, just because I can heal the tank without being in range. I just can't DPS the boss.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
Lox
sorry.
is
I just want to be
36.
extra clear because before you had said X Diamond Moon, so it's X Moon Diamond.
If you're super long range, yes.
Cool, got it.
I mean, we were talking about this a little bit during break, but it doesn't matter too much if Diamond or Moon is second because you're going to hit all 3 anyway.
The only one that really matters too is the melee and the short ranged.
Got it.
So only our mages and our hunters have the range of 41, right?
It's too late.
Yes.
Okay.
Summon on Maddox and Shadow if that's all we're waiting on, and then we're good to go.
Yes.
Or sorry, Maddox and Dust rather.
Healers, keep doing what you're doing. That looked really solid. We just are tweaking DPS a bit. Hug the wall.
else notice the slideshow over here?
Everyone's ready. Straight line, boss.
Marking 5. Mark 1. Marking 5. Cooldowns. Mark 2. Marking 5.
Down.
Mark 3. Marking 5. Mark 4.
Shadow pods.
Marking 5. Mark 5.
You have a healer down, so
Marking 5.
Be res here if you can.
Mark 6. Marking 5. Mark 7. Marking 5.
Come on, guys.
Mark 8. Marking 5. Mark 9.
Almost there, Bill.
Marking 3. Mark 10. I died. That is totally on me. That's not healing. Marking 5. Marking 11.
Papa, I have 30 seconds left on my stacks.
Marking 5. Marking 12. Marking 5.
Papa's probably going to be hit by a Mark 5.
Yeah.
13.
Do something.
Use a shadow on the next mark.
Marking 5.
Okay,
Mark
can go
14.
Who's replacing Barris for
Marking 5.
Moon?
Mark
Red
15.
Hoof's on Diamond.
Diamond Tank is dead.
Or was.
Someone should be coming to Moon now.
Papa.
Keep that up.
Mark 16.
Coming over the
Marking 5. Marking 5. Mark 18. Marking 5. Mark 19. Marking 5.
Need somebody to leave, Papa.
Mark 20.
At Moon.
I'm coming.
Mom at 5th. Mark.
I'm coming to Moon.
Marking 5.
That's really, really good.
Mark 21.
I can relieve Bill in 20 seconds.
I'm at the Ville now.
Okay.
Marking 5. Mark 22. Will is dead.
Will is down from Tiny.
Marking 5.
Who's going to be on Moon?
Mark 23.
Okay.
I'm going to Moon.
I'm on Diamond. Someone please relieve Diamond. Sorry.
Marking 5. Mark 24.
Fuck you, bitch.
Mark in 5. Mark 25.
Can you pop up? Pop it down. It's coming for you.
Marking 5.
It's coming for you.
Mark 26.
On the
New
front of the
record.
room.
Type it.
What percent was X at? Damn, he's almost dead.
19.
20%.
19.
So close.
Marking 3.
So close.
Once we get the second one dead, guys.
Mark
it's-
27.
It's easy.
Yeah, that was progress.
That felt really good for a long time. Well, there was a couple snafus, but
That's the first time we've gotten Mograine to the second shield wall.
That's 28 marks we got done.
That's a new record.
I mean, the first was left, but still 20 marks.
still getting threat pulls though.
Still?
They're fewer and further between,
I
but they are
saw-
still happening.
When I was taking X, I saw maybe 4 people ahead of me.
Like you saw, this fight will go on a while. We can. It's just if we do it right, it can go on for a long time, and we can keep it up.
The enrage timer is 20 minutes.
You just really just cannot. We'd rather you just stand there. If there's any risk of you pulling threat, like DPS is not the issue.
Yeah, we have all the time in the world.
People keep ripping aggro off me.
So something I noticed, and this is kind of critical because it's after we kill Skull and we all run over to X to DPS it. When Vil comes in for the transition after 6 marks, that's when it's the most kind of critical. When he taunts off, we all need to really be careful not to surpass him because we're all kind of in the groove because we just have been slaughtering Skull, and we need to really take it easy when Vil runs in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the best thing to do is. I've tried it both ways, like keeping some rage and death stance and just running, or intercepting in and having no rage.
Because like if you taunt and I hit a backstab that crits like in the next second, then I'm gonna pull off you. So when we see Vil, when we see the triangle run in, we need to just auto attack until you establish.
Just don't backstab.
So I just wonder on something. So I pulled aggro. I was one of those who made that mistake, and I pulled aggro off 2 fireballs on Diamond. So I wonder if you mentioned you'd rather have us just kind of stand there and not do anything. I wonder if instead of standing there and not doing anything for the diamonds of the world at that moment, whether our effort is better spent on something like X where there's more people on it, etc., and we can get it down faster rather than standing there for 5 seconds in between each
But
cast.
you already DPS'd X, right? You went to X.
No, he specifically asked this question before last poll. No, he didn't. Mage, he's a mage, So mages are going straight to moon.
No, we still go X second.
No, that question, literal question was asked before we polled, and the answer was that the hunters and the mages can go to moon.
After X.
Well, I misunderstood. I
Yeah, he
misunderstood
said-
too, because he literally asked that, and I got the same impression that he got from the answer. So that was confusing.
I think we were talking about, of the 3 targets remaining, what's the order? And I said melee, do X, and then diamond, and then center. And long range, do X, and then moon, and then diamond.
No, we did say that, Papa. You're right. And then we broke down. We actually specifically said, and Bill said, so it's just hunters and mages are the only 2 classes with 41 yards, right? And we said yes. And then he said, yeah. Then you go to moon. I understand that he meant something different than we interpreted it, but it's very easy to see how that could be misinterpreted with the word.
But we've all got it now, right? Everybody's
I
clear.
just wanted to
X.
make sure. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any kind of. I just wanted to make sure that there was a full understanding that like we're not dumbasses for asking that question.
No, and I'm glad it got brought up so we can adjust. So good deal.
So what happened on diamonds?
We lost the first tank because he was a dipshit and charged into a void zone.
Got it.
And
It was me.
people were ripping aggro off me.
Yeah, it's just the strangest fight, and I keep saying this, but because of the marks, the way it goes, that you can't just look at the meter and say, oh, the tank's quite a ways ahead, and just start casting. You have to cast and then look at the meter, cast, look at the meter, and possibly stop casting if you have a chance of pulling. So it's completely different than any other fight that you ever have watched the threat meter on. Absolutely, just completely different. So once we get that down and adjust our style of DPS, it's going to make that part of it that much easier. But you have to be different on eyes going from, whatever you're watching, standing in void zones or whatever, to your rotation to looking at threat meter constantly after every cast almost.
Yeah, diamond is tricky because you got to watch your feet, but everything else, you literally have nothing else to look at except the threat meter. Barris is calling out marks, so you don't have to look at that.
Although I should point out that DBM is now putting the mark number up on the bars on the side of your screen. Wasn't there a few weeks ago. It's there
Heck,
now.
I even have a warning that says mark soon at 5 seconds. I mean, beyond what I'm saying, like it actually pops up on my screen.
Hey, can you sub in?
Yes.
Alex, kick stream and invite Pig, please.
Pig, we just had the second one to execute range.
Oh, I've been watching the whole time.
Also, if you're wondering why Papa died near the end for X, it was because I was over on Diamond taunting that when I should have been over relieving him.
And I had no mana.
But it is good knowledge of you to know your marks that you did tag. So, and then also giving me wanting to use whatever cooldowns I have to try to survive.
That really did feel good. Like that last poll we had, the last poll tonight, last Friday, like that was cool because we got the 25 marks, but like half of us were dead. Like we were trucking there. We were over 20 marks and there was like 3 people dead. well, I'm maybe 3 or 4. I don't know if that was the exact number, but most of us were alive after 20. It seemed like to me.
Well,
Can we turn off Peck? As soon as Pig zones in, we'll summon him.
Is Stream's internet good now?
He's down for the count. His son popped a breaker, and it's the one the router is on, and they got the breaker box behind locked doors.
Oh no!
Gross.
They're out in the woods too, in a cabin.
See, the problem is he brought a son along.
First
Well,
mistake.
there's your first mistake.
Second mistake, not duct tape him in the closet.
That got dark.
Grr. Remember, silence is golden, but duct tape is silver.
You should take the first part of that as advice there, bud.
You're great, Dad.
All right, Amora has told us that this is a big boy attempt. Have confidence. This is the one.
We're doing a big boy pool.
Using all my buttons.
I just drink a mongoose.
That means use it all.
I'll eat a Camarok chop for this bowl.
Oh man, Amora popped
You
his
haven't been?
stanza.
What gave them to you?
I was using the smaller ones until I was sure we were comfy.
Dude, you're absolutely killing me. We farmed those specifically for this.
Someone give Papa an accidental juju.
I've been using him.
I'm
Same.
eyeing the single Titan's flask in my bags, but we have less than an hour, so maybe not this time.
Bug left. Straight line boss.
Bush in the line.
Oh, jeez.
Korthaz like yawned right as you said that. It made me really nervous.
Marking 5. Mark 1.
Hold downs.
Mark 2. Mark 3. Mark 4 and 5. Mark 4.
Shadows.
Mark 5 and 5. Mark 5. Mark 6 and 5. Mark 6.
Here comes Vil, easy on the transition.
Mark 7 and 5. 7. Mark 8 and 5. Mark 8. Mark 9 and 5. Mark 9.
On my way, Bill.
Mark 10 and 5. Mark 10. Mark 11.
Oh, moon's free.
Mark 11.
You gotta stop your casting, man.
Yep, sorry.
Mark 12 and 3.
I'm down. We need someone pick up Moon.
Be res well.
Mark 13. Mark 14 in 5. Mark 14.
Somebody on diamond.
Mark 15 and 5. Mark 15.
I'm on the way, Tag.
Need a relief.
Mark 16 and
Keep
5.
tag up. Keep tag up.
Mark 16.
Pop is down.
Bill down.
Bag is
You
Barrett's
text Dad,
down.
wipe it.
With Moon there.
Agripole.
Ooh, Stream got it figured out. He's coming back.
Drop it for him, no big deal.
Let's keep it like this for now. Another thing we can try, depending on healer's comfort, is after Mark. We've got 4 healers at each spot after Mark 9. So we could have tanks dual wielding at that point. It would raise the threat ceiling a little bit. These are the weakest melee mobs in the zone, so it's really just Mograine that is dangerous if we have 4 healers especially.
So, Barris, I would dual wield for like Mark 1, like taunt, dual wield, go ham, and then like Mark 2, toss on a shield.
Okay.
Critch, Lady B wanders more than any of the other ones because of the void zone, so sometimes the safe
She
zone
does, yeah.
shifts a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, no, like I said, yeah, it was a couple pulls ago, and yeah, it's just better to stay on the. I'm not sure if that's east or west, but yeah, closer to the moon and X side of the stairs rather than just in the middle there.
Yeah, definitely towards the front of the room.
So Barris, if we do that, Not the first cycles, but once we get to Mark 9.
Okay, perfect.
Because you've only got 2 healers at the start, and one of them's moving.
You have to log in.
Say it again, stream.
Is it safe for me to log in, or am I going to get bored?
We subbed Pig in. I'm not sure what'll happen if you log in.
It'll hurt them.
I'll say, is he out long enough that it'll just put him out?
So Dust from Fight Club testing, the threat reduction seemed to be global. So even if you didn't get damaged by that particular mark, so definitely throw whatever curses you want on whatever is nearby. Now, when Koos died, was that because of the agripole?
I died between, I think it was 4 and 7.
Okay, so switching, got to switch faster.
Okay.
The
Fourth
fourth
one hits for 3K.
Yeah. So healers should only ever take 1250 or 1000. Yeah, 250 and 1000, right?
Mark 4 hits for 3K. Mark 5 hits for 5K.
I've been listening to Barris, and I start running out a couple seconds before I know he's going to say it, just to get a little bit extra running room, just to make sure I don't catch one running out.
The 5-second warning, I think, is pretty important.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking off between that 5-second warning, or like right at the 5-second warning, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry on getting out of there before that mark hits you.
I just stare at my debuffs, and the moment I see that third one, I throw a renew and I run away.
Exactly right.
As a healer, we don't really have too much else to look at except for the void zones, so you can do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, even from a DPS perspective. So are the DPS always staying 4 marks? Is that what I heard?
3 marks.
They're still okay. So yeah, I mean, you don't need to wait for the 5-second call. Even you could just wait, like at the moment that the third one hits you, just take off, just like Juan said, rather than trying to get eke out a little bit more DPS before moving.
By the way, if you have DBM, there is an option that you can check that says show pre-warning for mark. And it'll go off at 5 seconds before the mark applies.
I know if I don't have time to cast another spell before the mark hits, that's when I start running, just because I know that'll be that many more seconds I get to run back in on the boss next cycle. That's less seconds of waiting on the safe spot.
If you're not familiar with how to enable DBM options that aren't pre-selected for you, you can follow along, type /DBM, and then when the window pops up, there's a Naxx option on the left-hand toolbar, expand Naxx, and then expand the military quarter, and click 4 horsemen, and that'll open up a bunch of options in the main panel. And so you can click, there's one unchecked box up toward the top that says show pre-warning for mark. Just check that box and then close the window.
Hug left.
We're getting better at corner and straight line bosses.
Until you said that.
We're getting better at the fight overall.
Yeah.
This is, the last couple pulls have looked good. Yeah, bring on the Jinx comments. Bring it on. I'm not afraid.
I fucked up and I didn't pre-pot fire yet.
See, Maddox, Jinx.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Yeah, those last 2 pulls have been really smooth. Up till they weren't, and then they weren't. But they were smooth for longer.
Till they weren't, and then they weren't. I love that.
That's a good one.
Straight line boss.
Nice and straight.
Say when take.
Uh, 50 seconds. $35.
All right, boys, let's fucking do this. As in good form and good fashion. For Tony!
Ah, fuck.
Can we get X out of here? Mark and 5.
Can shock pop?
Nope.
Mark 2 and 5.
Cooldowns.
Mark 2. Three and 5.
Rogue Scout.
Mark 3. Mark 4 and 5.
Potion.
Mark 7 and 5.
This is 6.
Oh, well, my DBM fucked up.
Here comes Bill.
Easy.
Mark 7. Mark
Feels
8 and 5.
Do we have a druid on
Mark
X
8.
with B-Res?
I'm coming in. Papa's coming in. Evasion tank.
Slurpee's got it.
Mark 9 and 5.
Got you, Papa.
Went to
Mark 9.
How?
Mark and 5.
Papa down.
Run back.
Mark and 5.
Wipe.
Yes.
Yeah.
DBM screwed up on me too. It was like 2 marks off.
Yeah, it like randomly reset me to like 2 marks ahead of where I was supposed to be.
And because something
Mine
about
did the
us
same.
alternate it on.
I think it's because X went a little bit crazy at the beginning, so a lot of people got extra marks.
Oh, that could have been it too.
Yeah, my taunt resisted on the pole, and then it kind of just beelined towards shock for some reason. Probably like a totem or something.
So is DBM reporting the total number of marks that you've taken?
No, it reports the total number of marks that have gone out. So when I'm saying Mark 11, it's actually saying Mark of Zeliek 11.
Yeah, let's not change everything. It's the first time that's happened.
So that doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
the fact that
it's done
out of
that
control
before.
doesn't explain that.
It's like the timer just randomly resets for some reason.
DVM has been known to do such things over the years.
A lot of you have already imported that weak aura, but the weak aura that Zuglife just posted is one that many of us are using for having a really handy visual in the center of your screen that shows what mark count it is. It supplements the DBM stuff for the mark counter. So if you're comfortable with your mark rotations and the DBM countdowns and listening to Barris's callouts, then you don't necessarily need it. But if you have screen real estate and want some extra intel, it's a nice weak aura. Yeah, and Juan makes a really good point in Healer Channel that's, we've made the comment a couple times, but just for the sake of a reminder, the debuffs in the top right-hand corner of, well, I don't know where it is in the default UI, but wherever your debuffs pop up, there are 4 icons. You can look for the mark for each respective boss. If you look at it every attempt, you'll get used to what mark correlates with what boss. Once you get your third mark, move on. And you can keep an eye on those debuffs and know without a shadow of a doubt that that is the true source of information, the most accurate piece of information that you can use to know when you need to be moving.
It's also the only way that you'll see if you somehow got some extra. If you moved in a little bit too early and got a mark, got an extra mark, you'll know that you have to pump a GSPP if you forgot to take a fourth one.
Being left.
Hey,
Um,
can we do a
may need-
repair bot? I don't know if anybody else's gear is red.
Pulled.
Shit.
Well, now someone's gonna be.
I guess we can do a repair bot.
Yo, meat slurpee, that was clutch as fuck. Oh, what the fuck?
Get through the wall.
Get to the door, guys. Get to the door.
I did bring a
Oh,
repair
Lord, they
bot,
coming.
so-
Wait, did they
That
hack
was
on someone that
cool.
got outside the room?
Yeah, and then they reset.
The
That
moment
was
they pass
lucky
the
as
door.
shit.
Don't worry about it. It was a godsend.
Okay, bot.
We'll just all pretend like that never happened.
I won't drop mine. It looks like Bob did it. Thanks, Bob. Repair on the square. Repair on the square. I'll let Hive Mind yell at you guys. He likes to do that.
What's a swear?
Means he's gonna yell at you and cuss at you.
Ask your father.
Very
Channeled his inner
swooare.
Mork
Thank you.
Amora. Okay, straight line.
Mark 1 and 5.
2 people dead.
Mark 1. Mark 2 and 5.
Cooldowns.
Mark 2.
Yeah, this isn't going well.
Mark 3 and 5. Oh god, Zeliek's loose. Let me grab him, Will.
Potion.
Mark 5. Mark 6 and 5.
What just happened there?
Just keep moving.
Mark 7, 6. My D-Man bugged out again.
With Red Hook dead, we're gonna have to figure something out with Red dead.
Drumroll, tanks, 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 not the melee.
What's
Not the
Red Hook
healer.
next, Mark?
Next Mark and 5.
Red Hoof, what were you going for?
Moon, which is now loose again.
I got it.
I did all that I could. Mark 9 soon. Mark 9. Mark 10 in 5. Mark 10.
Remember, if you're a DPS, you can bandage.
There's too many dead wipe.
The healers aren't focusing on DPS, so if you see yourself at half health and you know marks are coming, bandaging is really good.
Who's next?
What was going on with Moon there?
Let's see. I can scroll back. What happened? A couple things went wrong. I think I don't remember if my growl resisted, but my first hit did not hit, so all of a sudden it was running off. And I had it halfway back, and then got pulled back again from some other aggro pull. So it's kind of like a double loss.
The past two bosses do not want to behave.
Does everyone use the reel on pull, or do they save it for later parts in the fight?
No, we use it on every taunt.
Absolutely
Yeah,
use
I
it on
use it.
pull. Absolutely use it.
Seems like we could get a lot of misses. I don't know.
Still get 8% chance to miss even with it.
Still 8. The number of misses we're getting now, 8% seems like too low. Of a, seems like it's higher. I guess we have so many tanks that it increases the likelihood that we get a taunt in
We're
there.
doing 4 taunts every 36 seconds.
Vil does his 15-second pull timer. All the tanks can also use Blood Rage then. So that way when you're pulling your targets, you got a little bit of rage already. So you have the chance of the taunt, the auto swing, and then also whatever other special move you're using.
Keep in mind too, if you use your reel right before you reach the boss and it resists, then you'll have it still up for the second attempt. If you use it too early on the way in, you'll only have one. Well, it's a minute 15.
So the trinket has a 75-second cooldown. In a perfect scenario, you will be swapping every 72 seconds or 73 seconds. So, and the trinket lasts 15 seconds. So if you pop it early, it should be up for the next time you taunt.
So everyone's pre-potted by now.
Yeah, it's tight timing. It's probably better.
Repair bot still up.
Little victories, huh?
Little bits.
This fight is sort of like Cthulhu in some respects, in the sense that you just got to go through the motions, and if we manage the threat and marks on each boss, the healers can survive for ages, just ages. So, I mean, if we ever get to the point where healers are running on fumes, we can talk about something different, but this fight can last a really long time, so leave early if you're riding a thin line on the marks. Make sure you get out right as you get your third stack. Wait to do DPS if you need to. Know that we have time to take care of the DPS part of this. Even if you're low on the threat list, you can jump quickly with a couple big beefy hits. So just sit tight, hang out, and do small DPS. Maybe downrank something if that's relevant for your class, and get out after that third mark, and we'll get this. We'll get it down. Just got to go through the motions. We're getting a lot of practice today, which is great. Yeah, bandages are a great reminder too, because healing anyone that's not a tank is odd on this fight, since everybody's all over the board. They might be in range but out of LOS with those stairs and pillars and stuff. So bandage on cooldown is a good way to force yourself to wait on the DPS front. We corrected a few things in healer chat early on in terms of making sure we were balancing the load, and one healer wasn't taking on too much responsibility for raid-wide heals, so we should be good on the healer mana front. Just bandage yourself. Keep the tank. We'll keep the tanks up.
I've left. Yes, probably last bowl, assuming it's a kill. It'll be right in by the time we're done.
Time to kill it, boys and girls.
Popping a goose.
Mana, mages.
As the instructor would say, the time for practice is over.
Good meat.
Yeah.
Okay, straight line.
First mark in 5. Mark 1. Mark 2 and 5. Mark 2.
45%.
Mark 3 and 5.
Yeah, let's go.
Mark 3. Mark 4 and 5. Mark 4. Mark 5 and 5.
Shadow potions.
Mark 5. Mark 6 in 5. Mark 6.
Here comes Vil. Go easy on X.
Mark 7 and 5. Mark 7. Mark 8 and 5. Mark 8. Mark 9 and 5. Mark 9. Mark 10 and 3. Mark 10. Mark 11 and 5. Mark 11. Bear's dead.
Snow
Back
goes
up.
on diamond.
Mark 12. Mark 13 and 5. Mark 13. Mark 14 and 5. Mark 14. Mark 15 and 5. Mark 15. Mark 16 and 5. Mark 17 and 5. Mark 17. And 5. Mark 18.
Lintalk down.
Mark 19 and 5.
Your taunt to work or more.
Mark 19 now. Mark 20 and 5.
I can relieve Vil in 20 seconds.
It's not resisted.
I'm going to relieve Vil now.
Mark 21 and 5.
I'm down.
I already used mine.
Mark 23 and 5.
You'll never thag.
Mark 24 and 5. Mark 25 and 5.
What tank needs relief?
Mark 25.
Diamond.
Mark 26 and 5. Mark 26. Mark 27 and 5. Mark 27.
So close on
Mark 28 and 5.
Coming back.
Mark 28.
Coming for Papa.
3% on Morgraine.
Jump. Big Morgan.
Morgan good.
Mark 29 now.
Keep it calm, guys. Keep it calm.
Morgan down.
Mark 30 and 5.
Remember max range on Moon.
Mark 30. Mark 31 and 5.
Advantage made DPS.
Mark 31.
Going to Moon.
Mark 32 and 5. 32.
Careful with aggro. This is the easy part.
33 and 5.
We just don't pull aggro.
Any replacement on Diamond?
33.
Coming to relieve Vil.
34 and 5. 34.
Remember when we're down to Moon,
35 and 5.
we don't want to chain lightning.
$36 in 5.
Innervate priest mode.
Got you, Ray.
36.
Coming, Papa.
Will use your
Oh, my
innervate
DPS
on
bugging out like shit.
Maddox in between tanking opportunities if you have a chance.
Mark and 5.
Does Vil have a relief?
I'm headed to Vil now.
Marking 5.
I'll relieve Papa.
Papa just got there. You have time.
Yeah.
Marking 5.
Papa pump it. I'm going to release on him right now.
Marking 5.
Moon's
Get
loose.
him out of
Moon's
here.
loose.
Marking 5.
Pick up Will.
Remember, guys, when this one dies, do not chain. Do not get close.
We need somebody on Moon.
Diamond's dead.
Red Hook Moon.
If you can't get 36 yards, don't get near it.
Tanks,
Battle
do not
res.
run through the range. Tanks, do not run through the range.
Zug, you need to be more left because the tanks run on that wall to your right.
I can do next tank. Wait, no, I can't.
Okay,
Just
well-
kidding. I can't. I have stacks.
Okay, I got 5 seconds.
I'm going next.
Okay,
I'm going now.
you still got stacks, Papa.
I got Blamo stacks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll relieve Papa.
Loose.
Fade. Sombaris.
Can't go that way. guys.
Reincarnating.
One-eyed, you're going to be taking marks from Skull.
I was just trying to
It's
avoid
on
a second
Thag.
mark.
Just keep
If you
Thug
guys
up.
have battle reses, get some mages up.
Don't go too far, Thag. Come back out.
Can you turn around, come back out?
Anyone can pick them up.
No goods on it.
Just
Smoke
stay
it down.
Pig.
Heal pig.
Yo, pig. Try to flip him
Stop-
if you
stop
can
moving.
in the corner.
Flip him
Pig.
around.
Pig, turn around so your back's to the raid. Yes.
There, stay there.
You got pig.
I need 15 seconds to clear my stacks.
Is there even anyone
Just
doing
keep
damage
pig
to
up.
him?
Is there any damage?
We got one hunter.
Oh, he's down.
Pig down.
More dots.
Will, any chance you have a battle res?
I do. Who should I res?
A mage.
I'll let the film make the call on.
Yes.
Already did.
If you have an Ank, use it, and if you can battle res a mage. And if
Nigel, don't hang out there. You're going to take marks from Cortaz.
and if you're a mage, don't pull aggro.
Should we just bomb
I'm
rush
at
his
3
ass
marks.
pretty soon here?
3 marks on Papa.
No.
Bill's coming.
What other tanks do we have?
Ville's still up.
Can a mage? Can rogues like sprint in?
That's what I was thinking.
We'll kill the tank.
Yeah, I'll go kill the tank.
We need a healer on Vil.
Who can heal?
God, his
When
health
I
doesn't
just
move
roll.
it at all.
Ville's
Am I
about
stealing?
There's 3 healers up, guys. You determine your rotation, 1 healer at a time.
Red Hook's going in.
Okay, I can go heal him right now.
Heals on red.
Ville down.
Red's got 3 marks.
Nigel gets here, you can at least keep the healers up. Papa's going into taunt.
Under 200k, guys. Slow, but you're getting it.
I got it.
Marking 5.
$175K.
Market 5.
I can do this next tank.
Priest mode had to leave. There's no healer there.
We need a healer in there.
You guys have cooldowns?
Red, you still have stacks.
Red, go back.
Get out, Red.
Will's got it.
My stacks wear off in 8 seconds. 7.
Will's got it.
Pop some cool.
Marking 5.
You got cooldowns, Will?
Mark.
Oh my god.
Nature Swiftness saves the day. Marking 5.
Bush, you might
Marking
have
5.
to leave, Will. Put shield on.
Go ahead, Bush.
Should I leave or what? Oh, wait.
Go for it, Bush.
Marking 5.
I am demonstrating.
On Bush.
Okay, Will out.
Heal Bush.
Marking 5.
Bandage, one-eyed.
Go red.
Red is
Go
next.
red.
Mark.
Don't chain the healers.
Disarm and demo.
Marking 5.
150K.
It's on red. Get out, Bush.
Pop
I'm
your
gonna
next trade.
wait till she gets a few marks.
Marking 5.
I'm gonna go on the third mark if you think.
Marking 5.
Nigel, you'll be next, but wait for Priest mode's call,
Red
please.
has 3.
All right, headed in.
Before you leave, pre-shield and
Marking
renew.
5.
Priest.
Slow.
I got a red.
Nigel, you're
I'm
going in.
coming.
Marking 5.
Yeah, you guys can start using
Mark.
armor pots.
Start using armor pots, you said?
Marking 5.
Demo. Pop's
Mark
got
next.
3. Will, you're up.
Marking 5.
Don't chain the healers.
Don't chain the healers, don't chain the healers, don't chain the healers.
You
Mark.
back in. I can start healing now too. Let me know when to go in.
Going.
Hold on, Pop. It's still on you. Okay.
Marking 5.
125K.
Healers, mana pot on
Mark.
cooldown.
Bush, you're up next. Not yet.
Going in.
Marking 5. Mark.
Go Bush.
When it hits 20%, should the ranged get out and let it drop because of shield wall tiring?
Marking 5.
Yes.
Gotta resist.
Mark.
Will, he's still on you. Okay, you're good.
More.
Marking 5.
Shield wall.
Mark.
Range, go clear stacks.
Range get clear. Red F's taunting.
Alright, Bush.
Mark.
Y'all know Will.
Marking 5.
Y'all know Will died, right?
Mark.
Short snout might need to bear.
I can go in 4 seconds.
Marking 5.
Okay. Papa will be next.
Headed in.
Mark.
Shield wall's down.
Red Hoof, get out of there.
Marking 5.
Whoa, wait
Papa.
for taunt.
I moved Nigel in group 8 so you can give mana to priest
Try
mode.
to push him back, Papa.
Marking 5.
I got 26 seconds on stacks.
Mark.
I'm in 3.
Marking 5.
If we had 2, could a rogue go in an invasion tank?
There's no time.
I got 9 seconds. I'll do it.
Yeah, pushes next.
I got 4 marks using Shadow Pot.
Mark soon.
75k.
Don't work.
Yeah, get out.
Getting out.
It's going to be red next, but wait until your stacks drop.
Marking 5.
Just going out.
Mark.
Keep push up.
Fuck.
Bum rush him.
56k.
Spread the way the hell out.
Keep Papa up, 50k.
Red
Keep Red Hoof up, I guess, 50k, yeah.
Red Hoof only has 1 stack. You're going to have to burn it.
Get him, Nigel.
After this Mark, Danger, Bob, and Sleepy should probably go and just bum rush him.
You can put one rogue in right now.
One rogue
One
going.
rogue. Run, sprint.
Mark. Sleepy.
Run.
In 5.
Pop everything you got,
Are you
Sleepy.
good short?
Mark.
You go in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking a 4th mark.
Next rogue in.
I'm taking a lot of stacks.
Mark.
Don't run through the healers.
Yeah,
Back to your death ray, just saying.
And along the wall to the right there.
Marking 5. Red might go down.
I'm gonna
Shield
die.
wall if you got it. Shield wall.
Mark.
It's on cooldown.
Life giving gem.
Everybody burn it.
I
have
no choice
but to
30 fucking K.
Holy shit.
I have no choice but to obey. Close.
Well, it's safe to say we know the mechanics now.
I have no
We just need to not have range die, and we got it.
26.
I have no
25.
but to obey.
Get him, Bob.
24, Bob.
Forgive me.
23. 23. Oh, shit.
I almost
4%.
I almost don't care we didn't kill it because that was epic.
105
That was
marks.
truly epic.
There's our proof right there. The issue is not killing them fast.
What's the enrage?
Oh, it's like 20 minutes. We were
Past
nowhere
20
near
minutes.
it.
We were past minutes there.
I think we were at 12 minutes. So we still had 8 more minutes before they enraged.
My timer. Yeah, it says 21 minutes, 22 seconds.
Would have had it if range didn't die.
Yep, if we just had 1 or 2 ranged alive, we would have been okay, but that was still great.
That was